Okay. If this would be a regular class, I would obviously have a smart board here where I can display videos and PowerPoint presentations, etc. But for today's presentation, I just have a little whiteboard behind me. So today, good evening class. How are you? How's everybody doing? All right, very good. Today's lesson will be a little bit of a continuation from what we did last time. Last time, we discussed plants, remember? We discussed the different parts of a plant, and we discussed the things that a plants need in order to grow. Can anybody tell me, as a little review, what plants need to grow? Some of the things that we talked about. Yes. Water, very good. They need water in order to grow. What else? Sunlight, very good. They need sunlight in order to grow. Anything else? Fresh air, right? Fresh air. If you can't have dirty air around the plants, it also won't grow properly. Does anybody remember the different parts of the plants that we talked about? We discussed the roots, remember? We said the roots were underneath the ground. You can't see them. We talked about the stem, right? What else? Yeah. The leaves. Good. Every plant has leaves that grows on it. So today's lesson, we will talk about the plant's life cycle. Obviously, I would have the PowerPoint on the smartboard to engage the class more vividly throughout me talking. I wouldn't just be talking like this. Today we're going to be talking about the plant's life cycle. Does anybody here know what a life cycle is? Can anybody tell me? Can you guess? If you don't know it, can you guess? The life cycle is how a living thing grows and changes. That's what a life cycle is. It's a process. It's the way that living things, like even us, human beings, plants, how they grow and they change. Okay? Now, before I would actually show them, describe to them the plant's life cycle, I would show them a little video, a clip on the smartboard. Go ahead and dim the lights, show them the video. Afterwards, I would come back and start to ask them what they have observed in the video concerning the life cycle of the plant. Now, as you saw in the video, every plant begins as what? Begins as a seed. Remember you saw in the video, each plant, the life cycle of the plant begins as a little tiny seed. The seed is the part of the plant that can grow into another plant. They'll be able to grow into another plant. Okay? The seed, you take the seed, it goes on the ground, you plant it in the ground, and it's going to start to grow. Remember we said that what do plants need to grow? Water. What else? Yeah. Good. Sunlight. What else? Air. There are more things. But those are the three main things that they need. So the seed, after a while, it'll start to germinate, which means it'll start to grow more, and it'll grow into now what's called a seedling. It'll grow into a seedling. The seedling will start to now sprout, come out of the ground, and start to look like a little tiny stem. The seedling will continue to grow into what we call a young plant. a young plant. Has anybody seen, first of all, where can you see plants? Where can you go and see plants? Yeah, Jonathan. Outside. Good. You can go outside and see lots and lots of plants. Right? Where else can you see plants? Nobody? Have you ever been to a garden? You went to a garden? You see lots of plants over there. Lots and lots of plants over there. What are some of the kind of plants that you see outside? Does anybody know their names? Michael? Tulips. Very good. What else? Does anybody have any other ones? Joseph? Roses. Okay. Very good. Roses. Has anybody seen sunflowers? Those big yellow plants? Those are nice, right? All right. Now the young plant will continue to grow until it becomes an adult plant. Those are the 4 stages of the life cycle of a plant. Okay, let's review. The plant begins, each plant begins as a little tiny seed. It will continue to grow until it becomes a seedling. The seedling will grow more and more until it becomes a young plant. And the young plant will continue to grow more until it becomes an adult plant. Have you ever went outside and you saw those little tiny plants? They're very short. They have like little leaves on it. Those are the young plants. They're going to continue to grow with more sunlight, with more water. First of all, where does the water come from? Where do the plants get water from? Rain. Very good. When it rains outside, you have water. Or you can put the water yourself. If you have a garden, you could put water yourself. Okay? So those are the 4 parts of a plant's life cycle. So this was the essential objective of the lesson plan, was to teach them the plant's life cycle. Obviously, there are going to be more activities here in the forms of assessment, but that was the main objective of the lesson plan, was to teach them the plant's life cycle. Prior knowledge of the class included that they know already the parts of the plant and some basic ingredients that plants need to survive and to grow, which is, as we mentioned, water, light, sunlight, and fresh air. Now they would actually do an activity which would include them drawing a plant. They would all have papers and crayons by their desks, and they would essentially just draw a plant to their imagination, however they picture a plant would look like, based on their observation on the video, what they saw in the video, based on what they see outside. And another thing that they would do after that activity, they would do something that I would bring into the class for everybody, for all the students. They would get little styrofoam cups, a bag of soil, tomato plant seeds, and some water, and essentially observe the beginnings of the plant life cycle, which is the implanting the seed into the soil and watching it grow. Okay? Then I have some worksheets here for the students based on prior knowledge. Again, they would know the basic ingredients for plants to survive and grow, different parts of the plant, the roots, the stems, leaves, and then they would do the assessment that I have here, which is a worksheet having them explain the plant's life cycle by taking little pictures that I would distribute to them and pasting it in order of the plant's life cycle. The seed, the seedling, the young plants, and the adult plants. Okay. For differentiation, the students would be split up into a few groups, and in the groups they would have the more advanced students and a little bit less advanced students. The more advanced students would essentially help the less advanced students and help them understand a little bit more about what was discussed in the classroom, what they are doing with the activities, especially the water and the soil and the little plant seeds more and more, just to have a little bit more of a description of what occurred in the classroom.